I hate scam calls.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Matt Labodka, and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
We all hate the scam phone calls. I know that. Everybody hates the scam calls. Everybody hates that you can't trust answering your phone. Yes, that sucks. That's terrible. But somebody out there is answering these calls. Because the scams would stop if they weren't profitable. So somebody is answering the phone. Stop answering the calls. We should all know this by now, but if a number that's not saved in your phone calls you, don't answer it. Nobody is trying to get in touch with you. Everything is an email these days. If the bank suspects something suspicious on your account, they email you. You don't have a personal banker that's calling you on the phone being like, oh, we just saw a transaction go through. It's an email. Your job is emailing you, or they're hitting you up on Slack. Nobody's calling you. Stop answering the phone and stop believing people. Why would you believe people? Why would you? Everybody is always lying to you. Your spouse is lying about how good your cooking is. Your coworkers are lying about why they're calling out sick today. Your boss is lying about there not being money in the budget for a raise. Everybody is always lying to you. Why would you trust somebody that you don't even know? I wish we lived in a more honest world. I wish we lived in a world that was a little simpler, where you could trust your fellow man. I wish we lived in that world where somebody could blindly reach out to you on social media and offer you a job for $10,000 a week working from home. I wish we lived in that world. But there is no job. And no, the IRS is not calling your personal cell phone when they notice that you didn't pay enough taxes. There is a series of letters that you're going to get to your home address, not a phone call. And when they threaten that the police are on their way, they're not sending the police. And why are you running from the police anyway? Let the police come. Tell them your side of the story. The police routinely show up an hour and a half late. You think the sheriff's office is dropping everything because, somebody owes a few more dollars in taxes? Jeffries, drop that murder investigation. We've got a tax evader on our hands. What are we talking about? Nobody is calling you. But I promise you, they're not calling to help you. They're not calling to arrest you. They're scamming you, just like your boss is scamming you out of the true worth of your labor. I hate that somebody is answering these scam calls, and that's the grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
How you doing today, Veronique?
Woo! Better than yesterday.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You had a stressful time at work yesterday.
Yesterday, I couldn't get ahead of it.
Yeah.
I was like, angst, calm, angst, calm, angst, calm,
Yeah.
angst.
Right,
Like that.
yeah.
That was yesterday for me.
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
Yeah.
So now the ride is finished, and I'm ready to get down and grumble.
Yesterday was stressful work. Today is fun time in the studio.
Yeah. More fun.
So you got a call today
I got a call.
from your brother.
My brother
Who's
called.
also having a stressful time.
Oh, yes, I know. And then when I went to row, I couldn't stop thinking about his stressful time.
Oh, okay.
And then it just kind of fed the machine, and
So
I
you're
was just
stressed
getting
out right
anger
now.
out. I was just
Okay.
getting anger out.
Yeah.
Not at my brother. I love him.
This is the era of text.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but you talk on the phone a lot.
I do like to talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've liked to talk on the phone for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, we're of the age where you had the phone in the house with the cord, and your friends would call you at home, and you would talk on the phone.
Yeah.
And then grandma or dad or mom or whoever would be like, I need to use the phone now.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I'm talking to my friend.
I'm talking to my friend. Yeah, about nothing.
For
Nothing for hours. Yeah. When I've called you before.
Yes.
To relay information.
Oh, yeah.
And next thing I know, it's been like an hour and a half and you're still blathering on about something.
I
And
know.
I'm like, why are you still talking?
Well, sometimes when the thoughts come, you just have to get them right out.
You don't even talk to me that much in person. Just on the phone.
No, I like talking.
Gap.
Well, the phone, you can focus a little bit better on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or relax your focus a little bit.
Exactly.
On the phone. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Most of the phone calls you get, are they numbers that are stored in your phone?
No.
What?
No, those are what I have learned, AI bots and scam artists.
AI bots and scam artists are what?
Texting me and calling me.
Oh.
Very popular in the bot world.
And you answer every one of those calls?
No.
No, you don't.
No, I don't do
Oh,
that.
okay.
But I have.
You have answered those
Yes,
calls. Okay.
by accident.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they tricked me. They said, hey, I met you the other day. Like, did you get home okay?
Oh, the text messages.
Yeah, the text messages.
Those text
and then
messages.
I was
They're
like,
like, hey, did we have plans Tuesday?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they're very casual.
so casual that I was like, what? I didn't meet anyone new 2 days ago. Like,
You meet new
I didn't
people
give,
every day.
I meet people every
you
day.
can't go anywhere without making new friends.
But I don't give my phone number to everybody.
that's weird.
So that's why I was like, did I get too drunk? You know what I mean? And then I was like, no.
Did you follow through with the Tuesday plans though?
No, there were no Tuesday plans. We were at dinner and you were like, who are you texting? I was like, apparently someone was my friend and at a bar and now they're making sure I got home okay. And now I'm like, that wasn't me. And they keep talking to me. And you were like, stop. Put the phone down, immediately delete that phone number and block it because it's not real.
Yeah.
And I was furious.
Yeah.
They're tricking people.
They're tricking people.
They are tricking the scam artists and scam farms.
Yeah.
They are tricking people. It is not nice. And, they're going to get theirs.
Oh, are they going to get
Yes,
theirs?
they
What,
are.
exactly. What form is that coming in?
Not sure yet.
Oh, okay.
But the
yeah,
universe,
the universe.
they have grand plans.
See,
Plans.
this is the difference between you and I. You see a random text message and you're like, oh, I have to help this person. They're a lost little sheep and I have to guide them the right direction.
I have to tell them.
Yeah. Whereas me, I'm like, everybody's lying to me all the time. Everybody is always trying to scam me. Don't listen to anybody. Yeah.
But that's not a way to live.
I mean, I get through life just fine.
I know you do. Sometimes better than me.
Yeah, no, just assume everybody's
So,
scamming you.
I just can't trust anybody.
Never trust a soul.
Ugh.
Yeah, you get through life. Like, I don't even trust you. You see, that's how I protect myself.
Oh, no.
And my heart is caged in a little box,
no.
crystallized.
We gotta...
It's like Superman's frozen cave of isolation. That's I've trapped my heart like that. See, don't let anybody in.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. See.
That makes me so sad. But see, this is what they're forcing us to do. Lock our hearts away.
Right.
We can't help anybody.
Or alternatively, just don't like if you don't know the number,
don't respond.
don't respond.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that sometimes your number can get mixed up with other people's number. So you can get a confirmation for like a medical procedure and you're like, well, I'm not Sherry. I hope they get their
Right.
appointment time.
But also, but don't respond. Don't be like,
Oh.
I'm not Sherry. Just let it
no,
go.
see, I've done that.
No, don't respond.
Why?
Because it could be a scam.
Right.
And if there's even the 1% possibility that somebody's trying to scam you out of something,
Right.
just don't respond.
Don't respond.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out that it's not the right number.
Right, Sherry is going to eventually call the doctor and ask
Right.
why she doesn't have an appointment time.
Right,
yet. Like
right.
Sherry's going to figure out her own stuff.
Sherry's got to take care of Sherry.
Sherry set up the appointment in the first place. She can figure out how to coordinate with the doctor. Obviously, she wrote down the wrong phone number, or it's somebody in India that's trying to scam you.
Why do
trying to
I
get you to
feel
believe.
the
What?
need to help everybody?
I don't know.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't
What
know why
is
you
this?
trust everybody.
I'm very trusting.
Yeah.
But I have gotten better at being discerning. I mean, I live in New York City, so I am a discerning person. I feel like my inner being keeps me out of trouble, which is great. However, I came out of work, someone asked me for something. They're like drunk 20-somethings, like waiting for their taxi. And they asked me for something, and I just looked at her, and I just said, I don't know you.
yeah.
I don't know you. And that's the first time I've ever said that.
I don't know you.
I don't know you. Like, I'm not going to give you anything because
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Right.
That's
how you got to treat the phone call.
So it's like, why are you even asking me that? Because you don't know me.
Right.
Yeah, but that's how I have to treat the phone call.
That's how you treat the phone
But
call.
even in real life, it was hard.
Right. I mean, I've passed up. People will be like, "Can you take a photo?" And normally I'll say yes, but I've passed that up too, just because I feel weird about the situation.
Right. You're,
Like, yeah, no.
you're taking the phone in their hands. There's a new scam.
What's the scam?
They take your phone for 5 seconds. They go into your Venmo.
The Venmo.
And then they send themselves money.
Yeah, I heard about that. It happened. I think it was in Brooklyn or something. I was
Yes.
reading about it. Yeah.
Yes. And there's no way to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Venmo's like an automatic thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So they get once they have your phone. Yeah, they'll be like,
Yes.
"Oh, where is something?" And you pull out your map to help them out, and they'll grab your phone. Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
Done. They're like ready.
They'll do it, and they do it in a team. So one of them's distracting you and being
Yes.
like, oh, yeah. So that's an on the street scam. So now we can't even pull out our maps to like help people guide places because we're like, well, now if I pull it out,
right?
Who knows?
What are you going to do with it? Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's I feel like if people put the effort that they think of these scams of how to get fast cash to like something more useful, like climate change or recycling,
Trick people into recycling their recyclables.
People are so smart and clever. If they just turn the beat around on what they were being clever about, we would have an amazing world.
I love how optimistic and hopeful you are.
I'm trying.
You're like, why are people doing bad things? If they just use that energy toward good,
yes.
You want to live in that world. I want to live in that world.
I want it.
I don't want to live in the world where you can't trust anybody, but that's the world we live in.
That's the city we live in. That's the city we live in.
These scams are everywhere.
Everywhere.
So we can't trust anybody.
Nobody can be trusted.
Nobody in the world can. Nobody's going to call you out of the blue. Like nobody calls anybody these days.
No, just my close friends. And I.
Just your close. Your bank is not going to call you.
They don't.
You don't have a personal banker that's looking out for you.
No,
You're going to get an email.
They lock it. They lock the bank.
They might lock it down.
Exactly, but they don't call you.
That's not how the world works anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to get an email or a certified letter.
Yes.
And even with the emails, you have to be suspicious because there's so many email scams. I mean, that's where it all started, the Nigerian prince email scam.
Yes, I know. We want to help all the royalty in the world.
We got to help the royalty. That one's more about enriching themselves,
Sure.
I mean, because they're like, I have all this money, I can't get it out of my country. And so
that's right.
Yeah, it's greed. I really want to help this Nigerian prince. He seems to be in such a bind.
Yes.
Nobody's calling you. Why do people answer? Because the thing is, somebody's answering these calls.
Yes, because
otherwise they wouldn't be.
People want to feel important.
Why is anybody answering these calls? You think the president is about to call you? Like, I have to answer unknown numbers.
Right.
Who knows? I mean, it might be.
That's exactly.
It might be George Clooney calling me about a major film.
That's right. Yeah, they're going to discover you through your phone.
Yeah, they're going to. Oh, they saw me on social media, and so they reached out through my telephone.
No.
Yeah, no, nobody's calling you.
There's a lot of people that want to be in George's movies. He's not reaching out.
He's not reaching out.
He's not reaching out.
Yeah.
The dream
Nobody's
of like
calling.
an unknown caller saving the day. No one saves the day. We have to save our own day.
We have to save our own day?
We have to save our own day.
How are we going to save the day?
Well, we're going to do our appreciation work, and we're going to be really positive.
I thought you were bringing retribution to the scammers.
Well, I thought about that until I learned about that pig scam where all those people are forced to scam people on social media.
Right. They're being forced.
They're being forced to scam people. And I felt really badly about that because I was like, well, they don't want to be there either.
That's just their job.
That's I guess that's their job. If they're even being paid or they're just kidnapped, it's gotten out of control.
It's all out of control.
So I was thinking about technology today.
Okay, good.
And how we need to scale it back a little bit.
We got to scale back technology.
Yes.
Let's tone it down.
Let's tone
everyone.
it down.
The AI is toning it up.
It's too much.
Let's tone it down,
We
guys.
need a moment with the technology that we have right now.
Right. I wasn't even used to answering machines.
That's right.
Before all of a sudden we got cell phones.
Yes.
Can we tone it down?
Can we tone it down?
Let's go back to the Nokia, the classic Nokia brick phone.
Okay.
And let's all get used to that for 10 years.
Let's just get used to it,
All
okay?
right?
Because that's what trips people up.
That's
what
I'm
tricks
saying.
people into scams.
MySpace needed 10 more years, okay? We needed to figure out social media before we jumped into Facebook.
Or Meta. What is that?
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
The AI, I'm barely used to the Google search bar. And all of a sudden, AI?
I know. What's going on here?
We need to slow our roll
Slow
here, okay?
down,
yeah,
technology.
exactly. We didn't even have time to adapt to the idea of a robocall. And now we're doing these scams from halfway around the world where we're auto calling. Let's slow down.
We have to slow down.
We gotta slow it down.
But some trends we need to move right through.
Yeah.
And others we just need to linger in there a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like Dab had more life to it.
Dab, I don't even know what that
I feel like we could have stretched flossing a little further. You know, like we got to slow down a little
What
bit.
are you talking
You
about?
got dab.
Dab. Is that a dance move?
That's a dab.
Oh, it's a dab.
It like took the place of like thumbs up or something.
Yes. I was also thinking about how comedy is very timely.
It
Just
is time.
like
Yeah.
tech. Like
And all
jokes.
these jokes, these are evergreens. These good forever. These MySpace jokes, timely.
That's what I'm saying.
Topical.
That's what I'm saying.
Think about Grumble Goat. You can always rely on us being on top of the dabs.
Dabs.
Do you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
Someone
Wait.
tried to scam me once. I never really got to the bottom of it, but it was on the streets of Chicago.
Okay, you were being scammed.
I'm walking down the street and a man in robes who's like a foreigner comes up to me and he's like, "How do I get to the airport?" And I'm like, "Oh, you can take the subway or you can grab a taxi."
Yeah.
He's like, "I do not know. I do not know how to do this. You help me. You help me get to the airport." And he pulls out a roll of $100 bills, or at least honestly it looked like a roll of printer paper with like $100 bill rubber banded around it.
Yeah.
But like he's like, "Here, I give you this if you help me get to the airport." And I was like, "You clearly have the money, just grab a cab, they'll take you to the
take
airport."
you there.
And a car pulls up at that moment and I was like, okay, like this car pulled up a little too conveniently.
Yeah.
They're trying to get me in this
They're
car.
gonna push
I'm like,
you in the car.
and all I had done was I saw a man that was lost on the street and I was just, "Are you lost? I can tell you where to go." And they were like trying to get me to get in this car. They were like waving this money in front of me. What? It was crazy.
What?
I was like, "No, you got it. He'll help you." And then I just walked away.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I don't know what the end game was. I guess they were going to mug me in the car.
No, they're probably gonna beat you up and then throw you out and drive away.
Obviously, this was some sort of scam.
Yeah.
So I just walked away.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what the goal was. Because if they wanted to mug me, they could have just mugged me right there. We were on the streets of Chicago.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was on this, so they do Showtime on the subway, and it was very weird. It was like this guy had people following him on the subway to like hype him up.
Yeah, sure.
So that other people would follow his Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a scam. I think that's just...
I mean, these two older ladies were like, "Oh, what? You're famous?" And like did an act. Like they did an act about this and were like, "Oh, well, I got to get in on this." I cannot imagine that these two ladies happened to randomly be all that. And then they had his hype man that's like, "You don't know who this guy is? This guy's famous." You know what I mean? And then they're like, "He's famous." Like,
That's very funny. I have no idea what the end game of that scam is.
I don't know, but
just
people
to get more followers?
started following him. And he was just dancing on the subway.
But it's also possible if those two ladies weren't in on it at all. They just like loved the idea. I'm in New York City for the first time. I just saw a famous person. Oh my God. Cheryl, tell them about the famous person that we saw. I have the Instagram. We have the Instagram. It's a handle. Do you know what a handle is? It starts with the little at sign.
What did they call him? They called him the Wiz. And they were like, well, the Wiz is on Broadway.
So you wanted to meet the wizard.
Oh my God. Okay. I was like, the lead in the Wiz is not going to be performing on the subway. Okay. I was like, this is a scam. This is a scam.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, yeah, he has 8 shows a week. Like, what do you mean?
I hope that it was the Wiz from the Wiz and you just missed your opportunity to really enjoy.
Well, I saw his hat performance. There wasn't a song.
Oh, was it? Did he just kick the hat?
Yes.
Off on the, like while doing the
I mean, it was
Showtime?
very impressive, but yeah, it was a hat dance.
Oh.
So
yeah.
if you were the Wiz on Broadway, he would be singing.
Did he dab?
there might
Was there at least a dab
been a
in
dab in there. There might have been a dab in there for sure.
Well, if there was no dab, that was a scam.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Matt Labodka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
And you were like, "Stop! Put the phone down."
We did it. We've conquered another one of life's little annoyances. But the truth is, what I really hate is commercials. And I'll wager you do too. And that's why Grumble Goat is proudly commercial-free. But to keep it that way, it takes the support of fellow grumblers like you. If you hate commercials, head on over to our Patreon page and see if becoming a Grumble Kid is right for you. And as always, don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.
Grumble, 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 grumble. Pa, 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 pa.